we see if anybody is ever familiar with this report, it is the course fill rate report. This shows date, right, going back in time, and it shows a course, and it shows how many individuals are in that course and the capacity, right? This particular project requires me to extract the data sets on each one of these days for later reporting. So each data set is saved. Now the issue is, if I haven't saved the data, I can't report on it. Like if this didn't run on January 12th, 2021, I wouldn't have the data in this process. This requires a daily extraction. So I started thinking, what can I do to get around this? I said, let's use SAS. Carpenters love hammers and nails. SAS programmers love SAS and data sets. So I said, well, okay, where can I start? I said, let me go ahead and start in student course sec, because that is the lowest common denominator, meaning that it's the lowest row level. So I have a student. Each student represents a course, a status date, and an end date, right? So I'm not going to show you the live data because this is live data, but I pulled from student course sec. I pulled a person, the section ID, course section, and the most important thing is this current status date, right? And we're going to use that. We're going to use that to create data, basically. Create data. We're making data between a status date and an end date, right? We're going to build off this. We're going to expand it, okay? And then we have the end date for the course. So we have this row. I dropped the person ID. I'm going to show you the data right now because it's real live data. It's like PI, right? So here is the section name. Here's a status, and here's the associated date with that status, and here's the end date. So what I really need to do this report, to have all the data I need every single student for every single class for every single date. Okay? Because I need to group by this course and by this date and count students. It says, well, Andrew, you only have one row per course per student. Remember, I got rid of the person ID. Per student. So you really need to look at these and see how many days are in between this, right? Well, I could do the calculation, this day minus this day, and give me a number. However, I need the actual dates, right? I need to use for the x-axis right here, this row, I need the actual dates. I just don't need the sum. I need the actual date across that way. So I said, this is a little bit different challenge for me. So I said, well, let's work with some do loops. So I said, A under W, because if somebody, I can't assume that they went to the end if they don't have a status that's correct. So I just filtered out by A under W. I said, okay, go ahead and start at the status date and go to the end date of the course, which for us was December 15th. And what I want you to do for this one record, I want you to start here, go here, and do a row sequentially between those two dates for this individual. So what that means is the number of days in between these two dates is the number of rows I'm going to have for that individual. And it's just this nice little do loop. Start here, go to here, output the data, like every time you go through a loop, boop, 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 65 times, do, 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 spit out the data. Then it says, whoo, I'm done with this person. Now it's time to go on to the next person, right? And it looks at n plus 1. If you know about n, it says, all right, time to go to the next record. And then it comes back up to the do loop. And it says, all right, start at the status date and go to the end date. and run through this 45 times. Boop, 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 boop. And it goes through this for all 6,255 records. And so when I run it, it says, all right, now I have 646,000 records, 991. However, look what happened though. Here's July 13th. There's July 13th, and there's the end date. There's the start, it's the status date, and the end date. And it runs all the way down for this one history student, all the way down to December 15th. And then it starts here, July 6th, and it runs all the way down to December 15th. There it is. And it does that for every single student. And simply, I can just do this. You can do many, many different ways, but this is, and then you just run this. You can just say, okay, here is the date, and there was 11 students in ACA Net Section 1, Session 1. And then between the 6th and the 7th, 7 individuals registered. Or no, 6, 17, sorry. So very quickly with this do loop, this nice little do loop, you can take data that is pretty bound. It's hard to expound on it, and now you can go ahead and build the data so it can be reported here dynamically. So you can have your dates, this report date, can now run across to the top. Very nice. And for me, this is my little learning for the week. Next couple months I'll be doing do loops. For a while there I was doing arrays. I would say an array a day keeps the doctor away. So if you ever want to learn about arrays, they're fun too. Do loops, I'm going to be doing do loops for a while. So this is a really neat way to kind of recreate history. We say we can't pull back history, but we kind of, we're getting there. So enjoy your weekend and week. All right.